What is up and welcome back to some Experience. Today we are discussing the topic of crappie fishing. Before I jump in to today's video, I would like to do a quick apology for not putting out very many videos recently. Just have had some what should I say here? A lot of stuff going on, you know. We're moving and such. So, yeah. But also, once I move, I'm moving out to, as some might say, the country or even the woods, if you want to be bold. So you will see a lot more of those types of videos here soon. But anyway, let's jump into crappie fishing. So I know at least you guys haven't seen a lot of videos of me doing a lot of crappie fishing back in the day. As in, I'm 12, so I don't really have a back in the day. As in, when I didn't have my camera with me, or when I didn't have my channel. I did a fair share amount of crappie fishing, and then even when I have had my channel, such, you know, I just usually when I'm going crappie fishing, it's kind of like a fun family thing, so I usually don't take the camera for most of those trips. But anyway, talk about crappie. So crappie, kind of a weird species. They have, it's weird, because they're technically a panfish, but they look and fight. I guess they don't look, but they fight. Kind of like, I don't know. I almost feel like they fight like a trout. I feel like they taste a lot better than trout, even though trout are really good tasting fish. Crappie, kind of weird. Even though they are, like I already said, classified as panfish, their mouths, I don't know how many of you guys have caught a crappie, but if you ever look in their mouths are like almost 2 times the size of bluegill. And bluegill can grow to the size of a average crappie. So there's that, and which is kind of nice, because you can fish with them for a little bit, with a little bit bigger baits, and they will bite a lure, where with a bluegill, they won't bite a lure as often. But you have seen on my channel where I have caught a bluegill with a lure before. So let's jump right in to what I like to use for crappie here. So first off, when I am crappie fishing, I think so far my favorite rod, you guys saw this, I got this one a while ago. I used to have one just like it until it broke, and then decided to get a new one, but it's a can't even read that, Hot Cast Zebco rod. I really like these. For crappie, you usually don't really want a long butt, which is understandable, because you're just doing like these little short flick casts. It's not like you need a big butt. Big butt, if you don't need it, will just get in the way, especially when you're lure fishing. This is the Zebco ZSE20 reel. This is actually a new reel that I'm trying. Never tried this reel out before, but I really like it. It reels really well, really smooth. Definitely worth the money. I think that the reel itself, the reel I believe was $25. The rod was about $20 as well. I think you can get them for a lot cheaper. Like I said, not, or I guess I didn't say this yet, but not a huge, like, high quality crappie rod, but still one of my favorites for crappie. I'm going to show you a little bit more, now a little bit more expensive crappie rod, and this one is my favorite, and it's tangled up right now. It is a telescoping rod. It's the Proficiency medium light telescoping rod. I don't even know what it's called. I think the rod was $50. And then this reel was about the same price. And then the reel that I have on this is the Quick Draw Bass Pro Shops reel. I really like it so far. This rod, I take it a lot of places and use it for a lot of different fish. Like, you've seen I fished with it. Fished for trout with this. I fished for bass with this. But I think it's real, like, where it really belongs is crappie fishing. It is sort of more geared towards that. And let me tell you, it is probably my favorite rod. Like I said, this one, pretty close second, but this is definitely my favorite. And then I got some of my other rods, which I don't believe or some of my other rods I really like to use for crappie, that I don't actually have here with me. The Zebco Slingshot works. It's not my first choice, but it'll work. The Coonan American Edition Ultralight. Kind of a little bit more on the beef side, but, you know, good one. Works. And then baits. I have a few boxes of baits, which I like to use when I go crappie fishing. I'll set these over here. So this first box, gonna dive into, is basically just got an assortment of stuff. I've got your little tubes here, and these, I have to say, what's in there? Okay, yeah. The little tubes, very classic option. A lot of people use those. They work really well. I'm not even sure what they're called. I know a bigger version, turd tube, is called a turd tube, or at least that's what I've always called it. So this can be turd tube juniors. And then curly tail jigs, I know are another classic that a lot of people like to use. But I have found that these Bass Pro Shops, no, I think these are actually Strike King, little curly tail jigs, except the tail here is cut. I find it really enhances this swimming, and a lot of, and then another one I really love is, I have several different colors, you know. This one is my favorite, just the Chartreuse Sparkly Sparkle. Basically it's just like this normal cut body, like normal, just straight cut worm body, with two wings almost, and then two little legs with little hands on the end, for action when it's going through the water. Yeah, this one, you guys, I tried it for bass a little bit, it didn't really work, but you guys know it's one of my favorites. Okay, yeah, I have used it in a lot of different other places actually that I haven't filmed. And then you guys all know this one. I've mentioned it in separate videos. Bass Pro Shops Baby Shad. All-time original favorite. I won't say too much on that one because you guys already know all about that one. And then those other two boxes are basically just more of those. Oh, actually, one thing I will show you is my favorite, real quick, my two favorite jig heads. Bass Pro Shops black, just normal. I think this is size 8. And then I couldn't get in size 8, so I think this was size 7 or 6. But then just the white with the hooks. Either one of those. Really love them. So, recommend getting yourself hooked up with some of those if you're going crappie fishing. Then, for top waters, which I will admit I do not do a lot of top water crappie fishing. But I do have I have done a wee bit. I like. So this is my favorite body style. If you do a bill at all, I'd recommend a very small bill. Don't really feel like bills are a good idea unless it's a sinking. then, I mean, if it's sinking with a bill, yeah, don't do that. Anyway, okay, so this is my favorite, as far as solid baits go, or like non-soft water baits, soft plastic, sorry. This is a sinking. I cut the bill off of it, because I do not like bills on my crappie stuff, very much. I mean, if it's a top, if it floats, give it a little bit of a bill, but for this one, it's sinking, doesn't need a bill. It's fine. Anything, basically, anything like that. I like that body shape. They come in several different colors. There's that color. I don't know where my other ones are, but silver, kind of like the chrome-plated ones. Usually the shiny ones that look like the little shiners, or just little minnows usually work the best. But anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I know I haven't been putting up very many videos. I'm trying to get on top of that. But really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the like button, then go subscribe. It's not that hard. Trust me, I've done it to several channels. Those are all great channels. If you go to my subscriptions section, you can find yourself maybe a new second favorite YouTuber. So anyway, thank you for watching today's video. Thank you so much, and peace.